Just a few years back, an African couple, Stacy and Babajide, became famous on the internet for giving birth to twins of different colors. One of the twins had a dark complexion like his parents. However, the other one could not be believed to have been born to a black couple. It's because he was white due to a condition called albinism. Due to this, the couple and the twins faced criticism and racism on the internet. People made fun of the twins and said they could not be biological brothers. Some even said Stacy might have been in relationships with other men. This was too much for Stacy and Babajide to keep from their twins. However, they did not know what would happen with their twins in the future that would change their lives forever. Welcome to a new episode of Black Afric Diary, a channel where we talk about Black African history, culture, arts, and civilization. It's a place where you will see the real picture of Black Africa, its stories, and the events defining it. In this episode, we will tell you about the Black twins Daniel and David, who have different colors, and what shocking happened to them. Let's get started. The story starts when Stacy was pregnant and visited the doctor for an ultrasound to see whether her baby was fine and healthy. However, she was stunned to find out that she had twins in her belly. Stacy and Babajide could not believe they had been blessed with two babies. Daniel and David entered the world via C-section. The doctors were cheered to discover healthy twin boys, bringing joy to Stacy and her husband. Already they had a daughter, but they wanted to expand their family, and nothing could be better than having twins. Fast forward to the day of Stacy's delivery. Under general anesthesia, the doctors delivered the babies from her womb. Daniel, the firstborn, resembled what one would expect: a typical black baby with dark brown eyes and curly hair matching his parents' skin tone. However, when David followed, the room fell silent. Despite being Daniel's twin brother and the son of the same parents, David bore no resemblance. He was entirely white with golden hair, shocking everyone present. The doctors grappled with the puzzling dissimilarity between the twin boys. How could they be so markedly different if they shared the same biological parents? This question lingered in the doctor's mind, leading him to recall a rare phenomenon he had recently read about: heteropaternal superfecundation. This occurrence involves a woman releasing multiple eggs during ovulation and conceiving fraternal twins with different biological fathers. While this possibility crossed his mind, the implication of infidelity troubled him. He resolved to approach the matter cautiously. Shockingly, the doctor chose to think that way instead of considering albinism. He chose to judge Stacy, entertaining the thought that she might have been with two different men. Upon awakening from surgery, Stacy was met by a nurse in her room. She first demanded water, and after drinking, she requested to see her twins. Sensing the gravity of the situation, the nurse felt compelled to prepare Stacy for what she was about to see. As the nurse cautiously conveyed the unexpected appearance of one of her sons, Stacy's expression darkened with confusion and concern. Demanding to see the twins for herself, she sought clarity on the incomprehensible revelation. She knew she would have two babies. However, the ultrasound could not reveal the appearance. Therefore, Stacy's eyes widened in disbelief as two nurses approached her, each carrying one of her babies. Doubt crept into her mind as she wondered if both infants truly belonged to her. Perhaps the nurses and her husband were pranking her. However, the nurses reassured her with confidence, affirming that they were indeed hers, having been present throughout the birth process. Still slightly uncertain, Stacy called for her husband, seeking his presence and support. Upon his arrival, she showed him the twins, her expression reflecting a mix of emotions. Stacy did not know, but Babajide had already seen the twins while she was sleeping. Despite feeling bewildered by the situation, his heart swelled with love for his children. He dismissed any thoughts of wrongdoing, whether on the part of the medical staff or involving Stacy herself. His primary concern lay in the well-being of his wife and children. The couple met with the doctors to unravel the mystery surrounding David's appearance. The doctors probed into their relationship, asking about the events of the past 10 months. Though the questioning felt unusual, the couple responded openly, highlighting their strong bond and communication. The doctor cautiously surfaced the topic of heteropaternal superfecundation, surprising Stacy. Despite her initial disbelief, she silently appreciated the doctor's acknowledgement, recognizing it addressed any doubts Babajide may have harbored regarding her fidelity. Because there were doubts that the two babies might be of different fathers, they had to have different DNA to prove this point. Therefore, when the doctor proposed a blood test to confirm paternity, Stacy readily agreed because she knew she had been loyal. The results brought visible relief to Babajid, solidifying his trust in Stacy. It showed that both the twins had the same DNA as Babajide, rejecting the doubts that they could have been of two different fathers. With the issue of paternity resolved, attention turned to David's condition. The doctors conducted a thorough examination, concluding that he had albinism, a genetic condition characterized by the absence of melanin pigment responsible for skin, hair, and eye color. You should know that albinism arises from mutations in genes related to melanin production or transportation within cells. This diagnosis provided clarity regarding David's distinctive appearance, dispelling the initial confusion. With the truth revealed and paternity confirmed, Stacy and Babajide could fully embrace their role as parents to their extraordinary twin boys, Daniel and David. Stacy and Babajide were shocked to learn that their son had albinism, especially since neither of their immediate families had any history of the condition. Understanding the couple's confusion, the experienced doctors admitted they had never encountered such a situation before. They made it their priority to educate Stacy and Babajide as thoroughly as possible. Typically, children with albinism inherit the condition in an autosomal recessive pattern, meaning both parents carry a mutated gene, even if they don't have albinism themselves. However, if both parents are carriers, there's a 25% chance that each child in a pregnancy will inherit 2 copies of the mutated gene and have albinism. David's albinism meant he would face specific health challenges and need extra care. Because of the lack of melanin, David's skin would be very pale and prone to sunburn. His golden white hair and pinkish eye color might also lead to eyesight issues, such as involuntary eye movements and sensitivity to light. Although there is currently no cure for albinism, the doctor reassured the couple that the condition doesn't worsen over time. With proper management, including sun protection, vision correction, and comprehensive support, individuals with albinism can live fulfilling lives. However, in Nigeria, where the couple lived, albinism was still poorly understood and stigmatized. Despite Nigeria having one of the highest rates of albinism globally, with over 2 million estimated albino individuals in the country, they were often viewed as anomalies. Some individuals discriminated against them, believing they possessed magical abilities or were cursed. In communities with limited awareness, people with albinism were ostracized, denied basic human rights, and subjected to cruel treatment, including rituals, bullying, harassment, and ridicule. Before we continue further, tell us, are you enjoying the video? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black Africa. Let's continue now. Stacy had encountered instances of prejudice in the past, but she hadn't paid them much heed, brushing them off as typical human behavior. However, now that she had a cherished albino son, she was consumed with fear. She worried about how people would perceive him and whether he would be embraced by society. Despite residing in Lagos, a community known for its relatively high proportion of educated individuals who were unlikely to discriminate against David, Stacy understood that people could still be needlessly cruel. Seeking solace, she confided in her husband, seeking assurance that they would shield their son from harm. Even if they were concerned about how society would treat their albino son, the hospital staff made them happy. To their surprise, the twins were met with an overwhelming wave of admiration at the hospital. Nurses flocked to Stacy's room, admiring their charm. This warm reception provided Stacy with a sense of comfort, reassuring her that her children were not viewed as anomalies. She and her husband had already pledged to love and protect their boys unconditionally, no matter the obstacles they might face. Upon returning home 4 days later, Stacy and her family were greeted with a similar response from their neighbors, who were astonished by the twins' appearance. Daniel and David's rarity only enhanced their attraction, with Stacy believing them to be truly one of a kind. Even their 4-year-old daughter was intrigued by David's unique appearance. Her parents patiently explained his condition, and she found it fascinating. Her sole concern was her baby brother's well-being, prompting her to monitor him closely and urge her parents to take action if needed. As Daniel and David matured, admiration for them continued to grow. Leveraging her skills as a fashion designer, Stacy often dressed the twins in the same outfits, further accentuating their charm. Their dresses drew admiration and even led others to seek out similar attire for themselves. That's when Stacy realized she could make more dresses and sell them, giving not only the albinos, but everyone a new identity. Her business thrived thanks to her sons, prompting her to consider showcasing them online. After discussing the idea with Babajide and weighing their options, they decided to create Instagram and TikTok pages for the boys. They decided it was better to open the world for their twins instead of keeping them away and hiding them. If something is hidden, it means there is something wrong. However, if something is openly shown, it brings confidence. In just a few months, the boys gained an impressive following of 18,000 online, earning them the status of Instagram celebrities. People were drawn to their journey, distinctive appearances, and charming personalities, leading to numerous lucrative brand partnerships. One significant collaboration came from a skincare company specializing in products for people with albinism to prevent skin cancer. After sending a complimentary package to David, which proved effective, Stacy posted a glowing video review online to endorse their mission. However, the twins' journey took a significant turn when a London-based photography brand discovered them on social media. Fascinated by their story and appearance, they offered the boys a chance to pursue modeling, fulfilling a dream for the family and ushering in an exciting new chapter. In this success, Stacy and Babajide relaxed, unaware of the challenges ahead. It all started when the twins entered elementary school, eager to make friends and play. Despite being 4 years old, David, the younger twin, was taller than Daniel, yet their height difference didn't affect their close bond. However, after a few weeks at school, signs of trouble emerged. David began facing unexplained hostility from classmates, signaling the onset of challenges. Normally, the boys sat together, but one morning, a classmate approached them. He requested that David find another seat so he could sit next to Daniel. This classmate was a notorious bully, often causing other kids distress. Though David felt uneasy, he refused the demand. Enraged, the bully shoved David off the seat, leaving him shocked. David, bewildered, questioned why he was pushed, asserting he did nothing wrong by sitting next to his brother. However, the classmate yelled, alleging David didn't resemble his twin and was pretending to be brothers with Daniel despite everyone knowing he was adopted. No classmate came to David's aid that day. Instead, they smirked behind his back, taunting him as fake and adopted. While they found it amusing, it deeply wounded David. Daniel tried to console him by sharing snacks and playing together during breaks, but David understood his brother's efforts couldn't alter how their classmates treated him as an outcast. Even their teachers didn't intervene, despite knowing of the mistreatment. They either ignored it or made feeble attempts to address it, leaving David feeling isolated and unsupported. As the mistreatment persisted, both David and Daniel suffered. They lost weight, and their enthusiasm for school waned. Reluctant to burden their parents with their sufferings, they remained silent, fearing their classmates' threats of increased cruelty if they spoke up. Imagine the helplessness they would have felt. The situation reached a critical point as the term's end approached, and the children were assigned to prepare a drama presentation. David was best suited for the lead role, and since the teacher overseeing the drama unit was fair, she entrusted it to him. David's enthusiasm for the drama presentation was real, as he excitedly discussed it at home for weeks. However, on the day of the presentation, Stacy and Babajide were taken aback to find Daniel in the lead role, displaying a noticeable lack of enthusiasm. It seemed as though Daniel intentionally undermined the performance because he had witnessed his teacher asking him to replace his brother in the drama. When questioned by their parents, the boys provided feeble explanations, and their teachers offered little assistance. It was at this point that Stacy and Babajide began to suspect that something was wrong with their sons. Taking matters into their own hands, Babajide, who had connections due to his work at a printing press, arranged for discreet surveillance in the boys' school bags. Supported by a trusted contact who cared deeply for the boys, they fitted Daniel's bag with a tiny camera and equipped David with a toy watch that doubled as a voice recorder. Through these devices, Stacy and Babajide uncovered the troubling truth. The footage depicted instances of the child bully physically targeting David, as well as Daniel and David appearing isolated and unhappy during lunch breaks. It also captured their teacher neglecting David's questions while attending to others. The most distressing revelation was the teacher's unfair punishment of David, which correlated with her admission that she would continue mistreating him. She confessed to manipulating the drama casting to favor Daniel by spreading falsehoods about David to the drama teacher. Despite the drama teacher's remorse over Daniel's underperformance, the vindictive teacher remained indifferent to the situation. The disguised voice recorder had captured all her confessions. Upon listening to the recordings, Stacy and Babajid were deeply moved by the injustice. They took immediate action by involving the school authorities and law enforcement. Consequently, the school authorities terminated the vindictive teacher's employment and expelled the bully. The teacher faced arrest for harming a child under her care and had to post a substantial bail before being released. Additionally, Stacy and Babajide withdrew their sons from the school and enrolled them in a more supportive educational environment, ensuring they received the care and protection they deserved. The twins thrived in their new school, which celebrated diversity by welcoming children of all skin tones and backgrounds. They quickly regained their lively personalities in this inclusive environment. Despite their positive experiences, Stacy couldn't shake off the memory of the bullying incident and its potential consequences if left unaddressed. She decided to share their story online, and the response was overwhelming. Many voiced their outrage at the teacher and school authorities for failing to protect the students in their care. However, amidst the criticism, there was an outpouring of support for Stacy and the twins, emphasizing the importance of accepting others regardless of their appearance. What are your thoughts about how badly Daniel and David were treated? What do you think should have been done with the teacher to punish her correctly? In the comments section right below, share your thoughts on what Stacy and Babajid should do to keep their twins safe from discrimination and racism. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We bring videos on Black Africa, its history, rich arts and culture, and things the world should know about. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.